Welcome back to the Keystone Mortgage Solutions podcast, everybody. Today, well, it's Thursday, so good afternoon. Today, we have a very special guest in the house.
Very special.
Yes, on many different levels. Again, joined by Lindsay, the boss.
Hello.
The boss here and the boss at home. I say it every time. The main man.
What up?
Right here, Reagan Weiss.
Thank you for having me.
And the lovely Kayla McDonald.
Kayla is
Hello,
here,
hello.
our guest of honor.
Yes. For those of you that don't know Kayla, which is probably very few and far in between, Miss Kayla is our real estate agent extraordinaire. With which company is it that you're with?
Remax Alliance Group.
Yes, out of Trinity, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. She's also a personal trainer at our most favorite gym, BCMF, run by the illustrious Maria Callahan. You can let her know I said that too.
She'll probably see this.
Yeah.
So
I'll make sure she sees it.
Not only that, one of the many hats that Kayla wears, she's an ambassador for Hope Shot also, which is a
Awesome.
local organization that helps with recovering addicts, which is a phenomenal thing that she does in the community. So we have a lot to talk about today. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic over to Mr. Reagan because he wasn't here at our last podcast, and I miss sitting next to him and talking to him and basically BSing.
I miss you too.
I know.
Let's just do it really quick. Okay,
It's my boy.
All right. So also, Kayla likes long walks on the beach.
Anybody
she loves
have
fishing.
Hand sanitizer.
So I am creeping up on Kayla's Facebook. And Kayla, let me ask you a question because real estate is crazy right now. The market's up. The
Especially
market's
in
down.
Florida.
Right. I mean.
Yeah.
Where has it gone? Like, do you feel it's a complete turnaround from, let's say, 7 months ago, or did we have a quick little sabbatical of a hiatus of selling, and now it's back? Like, where is it right now?
So I wouldn't say it's a complete turnaround from 7 months ago. It's definitely different,
Right.
and it's changing every day. And as you guys know, the interest rates are up, and everybody's scared. The cost of living is up, so I think that we have a high market and higher interest rates, not historically, but they're higher. And it's kind of a bad combo for buyers and sellers now because it's going to take more to sell their house. And they might not get that top dollar that they had 7 months ago that they were selling because not all homes are getting multiple offers anymore.
Right.
And they're taking a little bit longer to sell. And, as agents, it's our job to market it more. And that's where you come in with your professional photography, video and everything. And it's going back to, things before 2020, brochures and more open houses and just more marketing in general.
No more order taking.
Yes.
Right.
No, that was a big thing. Yeah. I was in real estate for a very long time. And I could say that I was there during the order taking years, early 2000s, when people just walked in and bought stuff. But let me ask you a question because a lot of people go to Zillow, right? Is that accurate? Is it off? How close is that to the correct market price?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really look at Zillow too much.
Right.
I sift through the for sale by owners just to see what's out there because Zillow does have, you can look for them a little bit easier versus some of the other sites. But I mean, I've seen them where they've been, somewhere in the ballpark, but I've seen them where they've been off, 10, 20,000 higher and lower. So it's really tough to say. It's not a clear, like yes or no answer.
Are the cash buyers disappearing?
There's not as many of them that I'm seeing because, we have the stock market that is lower and a lot of investors are using funds, from stocks. So there are less of them, but you still have your corporate investors that are still going out there and buying a lot of property cash because they want to rent them out.
Right.
So those aren't really advantageous buyers, in my opinion, because they want to have a better deal. And they want the best deal. So they're going to offer lower than what a person who wants to live in your home. And then they also have a laundry list of items that they want you to do to the home, like remove things that would be great for a normal buyer like you and I. They're like, hey, get rid of your jacuzzi. We don't want that. That's a liability. Get rid of your washer and dryer. Make sure you get rid of literally everything in your home that could be a liability for them.
Okay. So my next question to you is, are the incentives back? Because I know there was a time where people were like, all right, listen, we can do closing costs, this, that, and the other. And then everyone's like, yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. So is that coming back?
Yes, it is. And a big advantage of that for buyers with the rates, sellers are willing to give $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 towards their closing costs, and they can use that to buy down their rate, which helps their monthly payment.
Right.
Because you have a $500,000 house, taking $10,000 off that purchase price really isn't going to affect your monthly payment very much. But if you can take that $10,000 and put it towards your closing costs to buy down that rate,
Right.
you can save a couple $100
That's
a
what we were
month.
talking about last week with the 2-1 buy down when Adam was in here. We were talking about
Yeah.
using those funds to
And
buy
Adam,
down the
Adam
rate.
actually is sitting in here. He's over there in the corner.
Yes, he is in the
He's
corner.
He's not allowed to say anything though.
He looks fantastic over
Maybe he's in
there.
the corner.
As a
Happy
spectator.
birthday, Adam.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
And happy birthday yesterday to Angel Nally as well.
Yes. I was
All
in
the
here
birthdays
yesterday and
this
even say it to her face. I felt
You are a
bad.
horrible
I
person.
know. I know.
I don't even get her off the show.
I should just remove myself.
I have a question for you. All right, and I know you have a list, but I got a question for you. So on a
This long list is all about the stuff she does.
Okay.
This isn't our questionnaire.
Oh, okay.
This is just like all the
little,
different
little
things.
reminders.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. So on a local market, we'll just use Veterans Village, for example, right?
Mhm.
I've been here a long time. You have as well.
Yeah.
Is it hard for the local buyer to really bite into, I have to spend $300,000 on a house that was once $199.99?
I think
mentality.
it's a tough pill to swallow.
Sure.
Just talking with my fiance, he's like, I can't believe these people are buying a house over in Veterans Village
Right.
or, Embassy
Right.
for triple, what it used to be.
All respect to the buyers or
Yeah.
people that live in Veterans Village and
No,
Embassy,
yeah,
I'm just
no,
saying. But it's
it's-
just hard for us. Here's my thing. This is why it's really hard for me.
Market
I
sets
was
price.
in sales back in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
You can buy, and I understand it's all relative and I get it, but like it happens so quickly, right? So you
Yeah.
can buy a house for $89.9 house and lot together, right? And then
Yeah.
10 years later, maybe $129.9.
Right.
But it went from an instant shift in 2019. We're talking hundreds of thousands more, not
Yeah.
like 50, 60, every
Yeah.
5 years, like $100,000 more. So I don't know. To me, it's like the local buyer's like, I'm just not doing it. They're not going to bite the bullet
Yeah.
to go to that type house.
Well,
Mhm.
I mean, I live in Hudson on the Water, for
Right.
instance. Our house was 180,000 when it was purchased in 2017.
Wow.
We can sell it for well over 400
Right.
right now.
Right.
Granted, we did do a lot of work to it,
Mhm.
over time, but like that's just insane
Right.
to us. Like, we're not going to sell our house,
Right.
because
Right, of course.
we're going to go buy something and we have to stay on the water
I was gonna
for
say, as soon as you go
Right.
to start to buy something on the water,
yeah, and are we going to get something better or less or
No.
even equal, close to equal? So
Right.
it's, I get where local buyers are coming from, where they're
Right.
like, we don't want to do that. We're waiting for the market to crash, but none of us have a crystal
not.
ball.
Yeah.
I don't, it's just not.
It's not gonna
Florida.
crash.
It,
It's not.
it would have to be a very serious crash for people
Right.
to lose all the equity that they have right now.
Right.
And I think going back to your question of, where is it now
Right.
from 7 months ago? Yes. Everybody can see it's dipping,
Right.
and it has to, and we've all been wanting it to slow down,
Mhm.
just so buyers can have a chance. And
Right.
right now with the interest rates up, do they really have a chance? Yes, they do.
Mhm.
We have more inventory. And again, the incentives are coming back
Mhm.
and they can buy down their rate.
Right. Just can't
You know.
get as big a house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It just, we need to, as agents, talk to other sellers, other agents, because we all want to sell everybody's home. We're not in the business just to list houses to say,
Right.
hey,
Of
I have a
course.
listing, I have a listing. We want to sell it because we want our sellers to be able to move on and, whatever their situation is,
Right.
In your opinion, was this the shift? Do you think this was the main shift? Because I think now we're back to, this was the main shift.
now we're back
And
to
then,
a buyer's
and now we're
market.
back in the buyer's market. And not only that, but remember I just talked about previously, houses are going up 20, 30 grand every maybe 5 years.
Mhm.
Is it back to that now, especially in Florida?
I don't feel like it's totally a buyer's market just yet, because inventory is not there. And, we just don't have as many buyers, again, because they're just not as qualified and those values are still
Mhm.
really high. So I think that, yes, in a way it is the main shift,
Right.
but we'll see what happens over the next coming months with just, the economy and are
Right.
these interest rates going to go up much higher? And then I think sellers are going to start to realize that, okay, we're not going to overlist to what the home values and what the market was from April, when
Right.
that was like really like the peak.
Mhm.
And then right after that, it started to go down a little bit and slow down. So I think that it's going to take maybe another more couple months for sellers to understand where
Right.
the market is, and then also buyers to feel more comfortable with, okay, these are what our interest rates are now. They're not going back to 2.5%.
Right.
We were spoiled though. We were spoiled
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a long time. That was our problem. We got used to that. And
Yeah,
you
exactly.
play the market. You play the
I
stock
do.
market. You have fun on that. A
I
lot
do.
of it. And here's my question to you. Let's make no mistake. We're all about transparency.
Mhm.
We're in a recession, right? Like
Yeah.
Inflation's up. Yeah.
definition of a recession. We're in a
Right.
recession, but not in Florida, in my opinion. Not in Florida, in
Not-
my opinion. What do you think, Lindsay?
I just think that it's shifting more towards the buyers having more power, because if we have a client that was interested in buying a house, they're completely outbid. Now that the prices are coming down slightly and there's not as many houses and
Yeah.
they're not able to sell their house as quick, that now they have more negotiation power when before
Yeah.
they did not.
Right.
They were gone before they even had an opportunity to even make an offer.
I was
half the time.
I was desperate in February, Chris. Like literally, my house went for sale. I said, "Oh my gosh!" I was calling friends for $1 million. Can I borrow $1 million? This is true story. I'm like, "Can I borrow $1
Yeah.
million?"
So you can make it
He
cash
told
out.
me.
Yeah.
I go,
Yeah.
I'll give it back to you. I promise. Give me like 6 months. I'll give it back. But I didn't know, and then I got lucky. It's a different story because I had to sell 2 houses. They did contingent upon 2 sales of my houses, which is fantastic. But
Right.
that's how terrified I was that I was going to lose the house, because it was like cash or no cash. It was very
Right.
rare to find
Yeah.
that seller that was like, "Oh, okay, we're willing to work with you." It was terrifying.
Especially
Yeah.
if you had to sell something
you had
to
to, right.
sell
Right.
And
in
yep.
order for them to.
I was
close.
shocked. I was man above on that one.
On
Yeah.
everyone, man. So yeah, so you're seeing, I do pay attention to the markets, specifically, the federal interest rates.
Yeah.
The Fed is forecasted to begin rate cuts again, but not until the end of first quarter, beginning of second quarter next year.
That's what I
And
was
that's,
gonna say.
you know,
End
that's-
of
that's
first quarter is when
just-
I think.
And you can take that with a grain of salt, because
Sure.
nobody
No crystal ball.
definitively knows, and Warren Buffett didn't say it, but the talking heads, the pundits on the financials,
Right.
Bloomberg, all them guys, they're the ones that are saying it. So I can say it.
Right.
It's
Right.
just stipulation right there.
Dissem-
I'm not talking
He's
about
a
interest rates.
disseminator of information.
We're going to
Exactly.
will it to happen.
So
Yeah, we can
with
only
that,
hope.
what will, the way that's going to affect the Florida market, and I think what we're going to see is the smarter players are going to hold off. You're going to see the values of homes plateau.
Mhm.
And when I say plateau, I mean just sideways move. It might be 3% down, 3% up, but it's going to be a sideways move, and the value of the prices over time
Right.
until we get to that point where the interest rates start coming down, and then you're going to start seeing that the values take back up, because once interest rates come down, you're going to start seeing buyers flood the market again.
Well, then
Yeah.
they're more qualified. They can.
Well, that's it. A $500,000 house today is not the same $500,000 house a year ago.
No.
Not even close.
No. Oh my gosh.
So, and a lot of the I don't want to say like lower income families, but people that don't make enough and qualify DTI wise,
Well, that's
they
the thing.
can't
Everything's
afford.
raising and their incomes are
Right.
not. Our incomes are still the same.
For
Mhm.
instance,
Everything else is higher.
we sold an investment
Correct.
property in January for $100,000 more than what we bought it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Up off Embassy.
Understood.
And it's not the greatest of neighborhoods. It's a small house. It was built in the 70s.
Investor bought it. They
An
came.
investor came in and was like, "We will give you cash.
And
What
still
you're
make
at-
money.
What you're asking for it, we'll give you cash." And we were like, "Let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
dump this
Done
house." 'Cause,
deal.
we were renting it, and it was just a nightmare.
I wouldn't
We
have
had
made.
nightmare
We wouldn't have
tenants.
made in rent over a certain amount of time,
Right.
as long as we are expecting to keep it, rather than just taking.
It was a
cash
20-year
out.
investment for us. The
Sure.
forecast was 20 years to where we would, be in profit with a small percentage increase in real estate value over time. But the deal was just too good to turn down.
Right.
And that's just, that's what happened.
And the burden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not fun.
Self-managing
It's not
a
fun to
rental
manage a rental property.
No, it's not at all.
No.
But yeah,
Question for you: this storm, did Ian change the mindset of people coming to Florida? Have you heard any rumblings?
I do have something to point
So
out that too.
I actually was just talking to some clients who are looking for waterfront property.
Mhm.
They're looking in the Gulf Harbors area, and they have time, but this storm did come through, and they're from Chicago. So they did
Yeah.
mention, about how they think that the value of the house is less because of Ian. However,
Mhm.
Chicago.
It's
no,
windy there
well-
too.
Right.
Well,
And cold.
Well, they've lived in Florida too, so but I let them know. I said, look, I'm like, we're very fortunate in the Tampa Bay area, in our
Mhm.
area, because like, for instance, the storm, it sucked all the water out,
Right.
Yep.
like,
It
and
was cool to watch.
it
Well,
sucked
that
it
part,
out for.
that was cool to watch. Not the storm, just the water going out. Sorry.
Yeah, clarification on
People.
that. No, we're just very fortunate, because if that would have hit us directly like it did in Fort Myers,
Oh,
then
yeah.
you know, I wouldn't have a home. I wouldn't even be
Me
here
neither.
right now.
Right.
We would, yeah, you
We wouldn't be
either.
here talking. Seriously,
Yeah.
we'd be cleaning our homes right now.
In the entire town. So, that would have been devastating, but
We would definitely be here talking about cleaning your home.
No, this
Yeah.
is true.
we'd have a camera crew in our houses right now.
This is true.
But we just haven't seen that devastation here. And every time they say, I know, knock on wood,
God bless.
every time they say it's going to come here, it always diverts, whether
Mhm.
it's,
Yep.
to
Well,
the
this last one was
panhandle.
scary.
That was the
It is
closest for a long
coming.
time.
It, no,
Right
yeah,
at
it was.
us.
Since Charlie,
Yeah,
right?
it
Mhm.
was scary. Not saying that we haven't had flooding here, because
Right.
we have,
Mhm.
but my house was built in the 60s. Yours was what, 40s, 20s?
1927.
27.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and we're
Would
still
have been
here.
cool if it was 1943.
So, I think we're just very fortunate in this area as far
Yes,
as,
very blessed.
missing those direct hits. So I think that it might have some people a little, oh, maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you would just,
Historically.
for sales purposes, I would just show the statistics, I guess,
Yes,
right? Of where it
exactly.
had gone.
Yeah.
To me,
Well,
here's a sales pitch. If you're selling up north and you're pushing advertising up north, I
Mhm.
would literally have every hurricane that's ever come through Florida
Exactly.
show the track and be
Historically,
like, look, circle
they
Tampa.
don't go up
Look, it
Tampa.
doesn't come here.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
Yep.
exactly what I
Right.
tell them. And I
Yeah.
say, here, I'll send you the pictures of my neighborhood. People were walking out
Right.
where it's normally
Yeah.
a couple feet of water. They were, walking in the rocks, and I had this much water in my canal,
Right.
so it was very interesting. And then it didn't come back for days.
I
It was
know.
almost like a week
Yeah.
before
It was
was
odd.
normal.
that was odd.
I was
Yeah.
checking all the banks looking for stuff. Maybe someone threw a Rolex or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
right.
Maybe.
But
And then to add to that, I know some people were asking, well, what happens when the water comes back? Does it come back as a tsunami? Like, is it going to
Right.
be? Well, it didn't. It took
Mhm.
its time, but I
Mhm.
guess it would depend on the tides. I've never seen that happen.
depends on the side of on what side of the
Yeah, it was
hurricane.
what-
you're on.
Yeah.
It was a week
Yeah.
after the new moon, so the tide wasn't that bad.
No.
It could have been
Right.
worse.
Yeah.
It definitely could have been worse.
Definitely could have been a lot worse.
But it wasn't eerie. It was during that time. It was an eerie, even in the air. Like everything was just different. Like we're sitting
Yeah.
there. We were even expecting, torrential downpour. I'm like,
Right.
it's not even raining here. It was very
Yeah.
little. It
It
was
was like
Yeah.
it was like a normal thunderstorm.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
normal thunderstorm, a
Yep.
little bit higher winds, and then cold weather.
Yeah.
Cool
Oh,
weather.
yeah.
That saved us though.
I'm
That
a Floridian,
Right.
so I was cold. I
it was
walked out-
71. She got her Uggs out.
Yep. I had the top off,
my
top and
sweater.
doors off the Jeep
Yeah.
for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I am seeing now, and it's I feel like it might be a little bit too soon, but in investors and when it's
Oh,
about
yeah.
money, people don't care,
Nope.
right? It's all about timing.
Business.
So we are seeing the offers being made to buy houses down in Fort Myers, like cash offers, $200,000 to $400,000 for homes that were flooded from these investors.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it is all over the place right now.
And boats too. It's
Yep.
I understand on the investment side, but I
Right.
think it's very insensitive personally.
Sure is.
And
Business.
I get where
Doesn't
their
cares.
mindset is at. I
Business
know
has
they
no
don't
feelings.
they don't care,
No. Especially
but-
when they're coming.
They're
from-
like, oh great, I'm sorry for your loss. You want some money? That's it.
Yeah.
And that
Yep.
people are unfortunately desperate.
yeah,
Yeah.
they sure are.
It's just terrible.
It
Okay.
is. Oh, moment of silence.
That got
This is
awkward.
good stuff.
Yeah.
I
No,
like
yeah,
it.
sure
This
is.
is good stuff. All right, let's think of next.
Well,
Well, we were talking
moving
about
on.
boats.
Yeah, moving on from. Well, we're gonna get back to the Dorado for sure.
Okay.
Wait,
Like I was looking at it on Facebook again. I'm like, yeah, look at this thing. I'm like, I love this boat.
I need to
Oh my God.
actually do we have to get drone video and all that stuff for it because
Hey, we know somebody that does drone video.
we do.
He has a
do.
drone. You could have looked for
No.
your drone that was in the river.
I could drone you.
What the heck?
Did you drop your
There's
drone?
a drone in
I'm
the
on
river.
drone 5.
Oh.
He's not a very good.
Maybe-
No, I'm a great
While,
drone.
while all that water was
I'm
gone, you could have went and got
I'm
your drones
great,
back.
But I get very, very arrogant with it. I'm like, oh, let's see if it can do a 360 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, that doesn't work. So,
He watches
But it's
Drone
fun.
Racing League.
yeah, it's fun. I could drone it for you.
We have a drone that actually can pick up bait
Oh.
and drop it, and it floats in the water.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
and it's bright orange.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It
That's
has
great
like
for
it,
tarpon
and it
fishing.
has different lenses in it. So, we just have to, I forgot what it's called, but we bought it and we just have to learn it. It's
That's
very
awesome.
like high tech, but it's very cool. So
Yeah, that is
we
cool.
would like to be able to start using that to,
Yeah.
That's so
yes.
cool.
There is
Yeah.
a off topic but on topic. There is a video that's just going out there. This gentleman was flying his drone over a lake
Mhm.
right above an alligator. This is recently. And the alligator, he's like, there's no way the alligator's going to come up. Alligator went, boom, and
They're
grabbed the
so
drone.
Nice.
Yeah. We got to
That's
get that on
At,
video.
at least
Jesse.
he got good video footage.
Yeah,
from
he
it. I'm
did.
sure it
He
went
did.
viral.
Should we buy a drone just to do that?
Yeah, that would be cool.
See how many-
No, I'm good. That's
a big
another
investment.
$3,000 for alligators.
I'm not
mouth.
talking about it like a phantom, 4K.
That was a special alligator, I feel like.
Yes, yes. Anyway.
All right, let's talk about the boat.
The boat.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about Mike.
Kayla's got the keys on the boat.
I know
So-
she's got the keys to your house
so-
and the boat.
Yes. So Mike is a veteran-owned and operated fishing charter right out of
Yep.
Hudson.
Yep.
So that's what he does full time.
Captain Mike Krupski.
Krupski.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So he used to run a 24-foot Pathfinder, which
Okay.
was a great
Yeah.
boat.
Pathfinders are great. Yep.
But it just, it's Florida. We have sometimes unexpected weather and wind, and it could be a
Yep.
great day, then all of a sudden it gets really choppy out in the water,
Sure does.
which is not really the best for people who are fishing and may
Right.
not be used to being out on the boat and all that. So we started looking for another boat, and we happened upon Dorado.
Mhm.
They're just made really, really well, very well balanced, and they're
Yep.
obviously beautiful. So they look
Yes.
really, really nice. So we took it for a test drive last year, and
Fell
we
in
ended
love
up,
with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was really nasty out one day, and it was, not rocky. Like we just had a really nice ride, even though it was just really choppy.
What is that,
and-
27 footer?
To 25.
25. Okay.
It feels like a 27 or a 28.
bet. Yeah, they have big beams on them too, so that's why they're super stable.
And they have
Solid balls.
they have two different holes.
Mhm.
We got a flat deck, so the reason why we got that is because there's just so much more space inside the hole. You can walk around,
Mhm.
and people who maybe are older or just not as balanced to being
Yeah,
on a
you don't want
boat.
them up on a casting deck and
Correct.
taking the spill.
Correct. And a lot of people won't even step up on it. So that was a big thing for
Mhm.
Mike. And he's just
Smart.
like, I need to get something that's going to be a little bit bigger, just more functional,
Mhm.
just has more room, and just designed the way that he needs it and wants it to be able to take people out. And
Does he ever tarpon fish down in Boca? Does he take boats down there?
he,
God, look at that thing.
I'm looking at it.
Actually-
I'm just
Here.
staring at it.
Well,
It's pretty-
Chris
I tried to
has
screen
Facebook's-
mirror it.
This
I
is
tried to put it up there.
so pretty.
Yeah.
Chris says Facebook stalked them
I did.
every day.
And that's high tech, folks. Wow.
This is how we do it.
It's worth every second of it.
He
It's a
actually
gorgeous boat.
used to, as like growing up as a kid,
Mhm.
teenager, when he was younger, he did the tarpon
Oh,
tournaments.
yeah,
and
the
stuff.
tarpon series. Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Nice.
did that for a long time. He hasn't gone back down there to do that. We actually just went this year.
It's a madhouse down there.
Yeah,
It
he's like,
really
it's
is.
just, he's done it so many times. And right now he really enjoys the shallow water grouper.
So
and
We've tarpon fished in Boca, 4 times, I think,
Mhm.
4 or 5 times. And it is absolutely insane. Like
Yeah.
there's so many boats drifting through the pass. Everybody's hooked up and maneuvering in and out.
You gotta know what you're
It is-
doing down there.
My
Yeah.
God. Yeah. The
And you gotta
size of
pay
it.
attention to
Yeah,
everybody too.
everything.
So I
everything.
was in a tournament years ago, not as a fisherman, but as the cameraman, right inside the boat at the PTTS.
Yeah.
And
down in Boca.
I learned really
Yeah.
quickly that number one, I'm really not great on boats, and number two, it is absolutely chaos, right? Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It is.
Guys, I'm not kidding. I was out there. This is embarrassing. I don't care, fishermen. You call me a loser. It's all good. All the anglers out there are going to call me a wimp right now. I was out there 30 minutes. It was like this, right?
Adam.
It was
Hey,
flowing
Adam.
like this. I looked at the
Adam.
captain, and this is in the middle of a tournament, mind you, Kayla,
Is
right?
he-
So
is
they
he-
wanted
is he
to
a
kill
wimp?
me. Yeah, I'm a wimp.
Is
on
he
the
a
boat.
wimp?
On the boat, I'm a wimp. He'll hear. So I'm on the boat. I got the cameras going up and down. There's guys going in and getting the tarpon. They're trying to reel the thing in after they caught it. I looked at the captain. I go, bro, get me in.
We have
now."
to leave.
He goes, "Are you serious? We're in the middle of a tournament." I go, "Get me in now." And I looked at him. He's like, fine. And everyone on that boat was going to kill me. And he floored it right to the island, like that's right
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
And he went
it's
all
that
the way.
Cabbage Key,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
I'm not
I
think
joking.
so.
I was 20 feet out. He goes, don't jump in. I go, I don't care. I'll get eaten by a hammerhead. I don't
Jesus.
care.
Oh,
I
my
jumped
gosh.
in and I swam in. I was like 20 feet
You are
out.
out of your mind.
And I know there's hammerheads all around there. I didn't care. I was like, I'd rather get eaten than deal with this nauseousness.
Were we friends when you did this? I
Yes,
remember.
yep,
I
yep,
remember this
yep,
story now.
Yep.
I'm like, what the hell are you
I just-
thinking jumping in that water down there?
Yep. They go, no! As
Yeah.
I jump, I go, I don't come on.
Buy it one way or another.
Yep.
No, that's scary. I would not jump in the water.
Yeah, I
if
didn't
not-
know. I was so ignorant to fishing back then.
Yeah.
I just did not know. And they're
Good
like, what
Lord.
are you doing? I didn't
Bull
know the
sharks.
waters. I didn't know about hammerheads. I didn't know
It's
any
the
of that
bull
stuff.
sharks, really.
Yeah.
And they're
Good Lord.
big down
Yeah.
there.
I wasn't
too, like-
appetizing. Apparently, no one wanted me.
20-foot shark, 20
Yeah.
plus foot hammerheads and bull
Yeah.
sharks swimming around there.
Bigger than the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like-
I know that now. Thank you.
Like
Liz.
I have a fishing story about down there that I'll tell on another
Tell later.
podcast. But my God, I refuse to get in the water.
Nope.
Refuse after what I saw down there
I
and
wanna
what we
put my arm
experienced.
in that water.
No, I heard
mean-
stories and I said, no, thank you. I said,
Yeah.
I'm going to,
Mm-mm.
I'll
where's the
watch.
seatbelt at?
Yep.
Right.
It was cool, and this is when they were.
I'll stick
they
a
had
grouper
cameraman.
fishing.
They had like a
Yes.
show. They had a show back then. It
Yeah.
was,
Yeah, the PTTS.
It was like it was really cool show, and I was Kelly something. She does the marketing
Yeah.
for Hyundai, whatever.
Yep.
Hyundai,
Used to watch it every
Yep.
week.
and I just remember being like, it was so involved, and people were swearing, screaming, "Back off! Get off my line! Get off the boat! Switch back! Pull back!" I was like, "Bro,
There's
can I
over
go
100
dolphin?
boats.
This ain't me." It was
Yeah.
crazy,
Intense.
Over
Yeah.
100 boats in
Yeah.
this small
and
concentrated
they're all on
area.
top of each other.
Yeah.
And you have to be a hell of a captain.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I think
I
if
agree.
Which Captain Mike is.
I was just going to say, and I
Yep.
think that on occasion he takes some of your clients out to
that's
look at
cool.
some waterfront properties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought-
awesome.
Absolutely.
That's a cool perk.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
something that we
I'm going
offer.
to go water shopping. I mean, house shopping. Not
Yeah.
to buy a house, but I'm going to go shopping.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we offer,
Mm-hmm.
and we're lucky to be able to do that. And it doesn't really cost me anything except for fuel
Right.
to be able to take people out and say, hey, you're not from this area, or you just never been out on the water.
Right.
This is how you're going to get to your house. Or we can go, and if you have the time, of course, it's going to take a little bit longer
Mm-hmm.
to idle through the channels and whatnot. But if you have the time, we can go and actually get on people's docks
Yep.
and
I think that's so cool.
tour homes that way.
think about it. Just imagine sitting just off the coast in a boat, looking back at your house on the water
Mhm.
during the sunset.
Mhm.
My God.
Get the experience to be on the water, see what's out there, see what
That's a-
you're getting ready to.
Yeah,
I think
that's
Do
just
you
it's
do you
absolutely
push when you do your sales? Do you push? I mean, that waterfront, I understand that, but do you push the community as well? Like, hey, these are the restaurants you should eat at. These are the places that you
I-
can go shop.
I do.
Yeah.
And, I really should probably be more with social media with
Right,
that, but
right.
I verbally talk to
Mhm.
people and let them know. Like I met with somebody yesterday, they're from Tennessee, and
Right.
they've only been here for 6 months, and they're thinking about selling their home. And they're like, hey, where should I go around here for a steak? Where should I go
Mhm.
for
Right.
seafood? And, it's really going to depend on how you want to go, like right here in the neighborhood, or
Right.
do you want to go 10 minutes down the road or 30
Tampa,
minutes?
Right.
Yeah. So, luckily we're just here in Pasco, so centrally located that
Yeah.
depending on,
it's easy to get.
yeah,
anywhere.
you really don't have to drive more than 30 minutes to get somewhere, whether
Mhm.
it's to, somewhere in Pinellas or
Yep, the
even to
beaches.
Tampa. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Lightning game, you
Yeah.
a
name it.
lot.
Yeah, we love living here.
It's great. I growing up was like, I don't want to live in Pasco my entire life. As I
Right.
got older, I appreciate it so much more.
So
and
true.
and just everything that they've done to the community downtown, and
Right.
Trinity coming about,
Right.
and it's just been a great thing to watch grow.
Yep. And it is growing quick still.
Very.
Not stopping for
No.
quite some time.
No.
Was it
gosh,
5,000 homes are supposed to be built in the Trinity corridor over the next few
no.
years?
You got
At
what
least.
3,700 going up in right off Little Road in Platte.
Right here.
Yeah, right at the-
3,700
Yeah.
homes.
Last Longleaf community. I have no
Yep,
idea how many houses
like
are
we
going in
live
there.
in
That's-
Longleaf. There's a third phase of Longleaf that's been approved, and they're going to start clearing ground in
How many
January.
houses are in Strucky Ranch ish?
Oh gosh.
Thousands and thousands.
Definitely
Like,
thousands. You put me
Yeah.
on the spot, and I don't know that number. So
No, a lot. I mean, that's the point.
It's a-
It's
yeah.
continuing to grow, and they're opening.
they're
other-
still, they're still building.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's such a nice area. Like she said, centrally located. Everything that you could ever want is within 30 minutes, and less,
Yeah. We're
And
really.
and we have Publix down here in Florida.
A lot
we're
of pub
really,
subs.
yeah,
A
we're
lot of
really,
pub
that's
subs.
what I was going to say. We're really lucky here.
Yeah.
We're almost spoiled that we can drive 5 minutes to a Publix.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
like
Yeah,
where you're
right.
at.
And-
Literally.
I can pick 3
Yeah.
Publix within
Right.
5 to 6 minutes from my house.
right.
I'll
right,
say, I'll say
exactly.
this too, because I know like the locals will get upset at us, but like, come on, stop the growth. Listen, with
It's
it's
just how
it's a
it
matter
is.
of life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have growth, more money to the community, more
Yep.
more tax revenue, more everything
Mhm.
gets better in the community. That's just the
Yep.
way it is. And if they say, oh, we're going to move north, go ahead, because it's 10 years behind you on that one as
Yep.
well.
It's coming
Right.
there too.
There's
So
I've
really
seen-
nowhere to go.
So Lindsay and I are both originally from Maryland, and where I grew up in Harford County, about 45 minutes northeast of Baltimore City. What we're seeing right now is what was happening when I was a kid.
Right.
And, everybody was always like, oh my God, we're going to move. And everybody would move out to Cecil County, another 30 minutes north.
Right.
Now it's and this is the I-95 corridor,
Right.
between Philadelphia and Baltimore. It is nothing but completely finished
Right.
all the way out to Delaware.
Yeah.
Houses and
From-
shopping
yeah,
and restaurants.
Every single
Mhm.
exit. That's what's happening here. So eventually we'll see, Spring Hill and Newport Richey connected.
Yes.
And then, Weeki Wachee, Crystal River, even all the way up to Ocala.
Tampa, the city of Tampa is the hub, legit.
Absolutely.
Go south of Brandon, that whole quarter, nothing was
Brandon.
there. Now
Brandon
it's-
is so packed.
It's crazy.
like
And then now
Riverview-ish.
from
all the
from
way to
Newport- yeah,
Fishhawk.
from
Yeah.
Tampa to Newport Richey now to Hernando. That's it. And then eventually it's going to go Polk County again, because there's so much
Absolutely.
growth out there. Farmers are selling their land.
Mhm.
So if you're in real estate,
Shout out.
I'm sorry, Florida's always
Hey,
going to be.
Shout out
phenomenal.
to Sheriff Grady Judd, by the way.
Yeah.
We love
Grady
We
Judd,
love
you
that
watching
guy.
this?
He is the
Yeah.
best.
Keep killing it, bro.
Yes, keep killing. Keep doing you. We got Sheriff Naco in Pasco County.
Yep.
We're blessed.
Yeah.
Like, we are truly blessed to have,
Yeah.
to live where we live, to have the I don't know,
Freedoms, dude. It's
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into politics,
yeah.
but it's freedoms.
like
Yeah.
Florida is
the administrators.
When I was out west, right, recently, and I was in California, took my family out there for
Ah,
vacation.
God bless.
Well, they wanted to see the sites, and they wanted to see all this beautiful stuff.
It's gorgeous.
Everywhere I went, they asked, "Where are you from?" And I
Yeah.
said, "Florida." Every single person said, "Oh, the Free State."
Yep.
Every
Yep.
single one of them said the
Yeah.
Free State, because of our freedoms here that we still have.
Yeah.
So-
Nobody messes with you.
No,
know?
funny. But it is, honestly, in all due
Oh, we
respect,
love it.
it's true. The fishing is phenomenal. The wildlife is phenomenal.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I'm sure that you tell that to all your clientele that comes here as well.
Yeah.
We have the best biking trails,
Best
we have
weather.
everything,
Oh my gosh.
everything. So
Yep.
Yeah. Our winter months are really only sweater weather.
Right.
You know,
Take
I
a
mean,
hammock
we
to the
all-
beach.
I mean, we all get a little bit over, I guess, zealous and
Mhm.
and dress
We try to
A little
be-
bit
we
warmer.
try to
Right,
have with-
yeah.
a little bit warmer than we should, but you
Got to
know, we don't-
justify those fall clothes. Those
Yeah.
Uggs and
style, man. Come
the,
on.
the pumpkin spice.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Pumpkin spice is all the rage, you know?
Right.
All right. So why choose you, right? There's so many realtors out
Correct.
there, right? Why choose you? Why come to this area? Why hire Kayla McDonald?
Because you get a boat ride.
Well, yeah, minus the boat ride.
And she's got
If
the
you're
keys.
waterfront,
She's amazing.
I would just say, because I'm born and raised here, and I care about the community. I care about all the neighborhoods around here. I care about the growth, and I'm honest, and I am going to go above and beyond. I know a lot of people and a lot of agents say that,
Mhm.
but I, don't just talk the talk.
Show it.
I show
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And, I've never had a client who has been upset with me. And, because I communicate and I'm honest with them. And, I'm going to do what's in their best interest
Mhm.
versus just trying to get a sale or.
So she
it's not just a
recently just won an
paycheck.
award. What was the award you just won?
She won a couple of awards.
So
Yeah.
I won Rookie of the Year at my old brokerage
Right.
2 years in a row. I
Very,
don't-
very large brokerage too, by the way.
That's awesome.
A
Uh,
lot of agents there.
Yeah, thank you. And
Mm-hmm.
then I won the I want to say it's the Diamond Society, which is top 5% agents
Mm-hmm.
globally. So that was for
It's
2021
pretty impressive. We now
Yeah.
have something
for
in
my
common.
for my brokerage.
We have something in common. I
That
was
you're-
rookie of
you're
the
both
year in
impressive.
2001. So Knuckles, we're both rookie.
That
of
was
the year
his freshman year.
That
in
was
high
it. I
school.
peaked right then.
Freshman year in high
That's
school.
awesome. No.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, awesome awards. Absolutely fantastic. You and Lindsay have been working on something together that
Well, I'm going to
Yeah,
touch base one
okay,
thing
okay.
with what I see from Kayla that's interesting for me. So a lot of people come from up north, and because of her expertise and her experience with the county and to know where everything is, she gives them peace that they're moving from a different state
Gotcha,
to
okay.
Florida.
so they're
and
confident in
Yeah.
you. Right.
because she knows her area. She
Mm.
knows everything that's here to offer, and she'll go and do video tours of the homes, and she's on the phone with them, and she really goes the extra mile to make sure that they're happy and that they're confident
Yeah.
moving their entire families from a different state
Yeah.
to
Communication's key.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
A handful, they've been here, they've never even seen the house, like in person.
You're just selling houses.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
And they come here.
I
She just
got
sends
Which-
a picture. Buy from me.
Here you
Okay.
go.
which is that is one of the most nerve-wracking things I think as an agent is selling a home to somebody who has never physically stepped foot into the
Mm.
home.
Yeah.
So it's
so do you like strap on a GoPro and your phone and you're just like 360
Well,
views of everything?
yeah, it's you have to
That'd
be.
be
It's
great.
not just showing a home to somebody because they can have all those senses and sight and
Right.
smell, and they can touch things. Whereas,
This is my home.
yeah, like
Right.
I have to walk in and I'm like, whoa,
You put yourself there.
it
to make
smells
sure that
in
it's good.
here.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I'm gonna let you know that it has cigarette smoke.
Right.
You know, you might be able to get this out, and
Honesty.
this is what you have to
Amazing.
do. And
Right.
hey, there's a crack in this tile over here.
Right.
I'm opening up cabinets so they can see that. Like,
Right.
how would I be looking at this home if I wanted to purchase it? So I have to go that extra 7 steps to make sure that they feel like they're physically in the home.
Right.
You know what's nice too is that you have a ton of resources, and that's the beauty
Yeah,
part too. That you
that's-
can
yeah.
say, "Hey, I know the tile guy. I know this guy. I know that guy or this
Yep.
girl." Right, and that's the beauty part too, because they already trust you.
Yeah.
and now you have the resources they can
Correct.
trust as well. So that's pretty awesome. Let me ask you a quick question. All right, gonna go into a house. What is the must-have? Like people like it's got to have a remodel kitchen. Is it a remodel bathroom? Like what is the must-have these people want? in
The
today's world?
jacuzzi.
It's really, honestly, I think it's more the pool now.
Okay.
Most
Right.
people are now, I have to have a pool. I
That
have
was a
to
deal
have a pool.
breaker for us.
And,
It was.
and I think also the kitchen, or at least to have that, you know,
Right.
depending on if
Mm.
they're handy in any way, then the kitchen is a big thing. But the pool I've been seeing is a really big thing, especially because pools are so expensive. It's not like
Disgusting.
Yeah.
it's not like you can go and spend 20,000-30,000 and get a pool.
Right.
Now it's like
Double that or more.
100,000
The
to put in a
grotto is
pool.
30,000.
And
True.
especially people coming from out of state, like that's the Florida dream, is to,
Right.
I think, have a home with a pool and just,
Absolutely.
you know, have that little paradise.
Yeah. That is Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, good to know. All right,
All
what's your
Yeah.
FISBO talk?
So let's
Talk
talk
about
about
FISBO.
FISBO. Yes, both of you
Yes.
and your
Go ahead.
the little plan that you guys. It's a brilliant plan that you guys have put in action here.
Yeah. So we've been wanting to help, for people who don't know what FISBO is, for sale
FSBO.
by owners.
Mhm.
And I understand that a lot of people don't want to pay real estate agents. They don't trust real estate agents,
Mhm.
and you know they're trying to walk away with the most money that they can and
Right.
get all that equity instead of paying somebody.
Sure.
Excuse me, which I totally understand that. I'm all about saving money, but especially the way that the market is turning, and as I was saying earlier, you have to do more to market your home.
Mhm.
And one, you're not going to be on MLS.
Right.
So you're not going to have other buyers agents, you know, sending these listings to their clients, because a buyer's agent is free to the buyer. Okay. So being able to market your home as a for sale by owner, I think, is a lot more difficult. I was sifting through them this
Absolutely.
morning. Your pictures, for instance, I saw some that didn't even have their kitchen photographed, and I was like, wait, where's the kitchen? Do they have one? You know,
They're
and
hiding the dirty dishes.
yeah, you know, they're limited on the photography. You know, there's lights not even on. You can't really see.
Right.
And I think that having an agent to help specializes
Right.
in listing homes, come in and
A
say, hey,
professional, basically. You know.
say, hey, you know what? I noticed that your baseboards are dirty, or they
Right.
just, you know, need to be touched up, because people don't think about that
Right.
when they're living in their home.
Right.
They might not notice it, but you know, everybody's everyone's baseboards gets dirty.
Yep.
You know, they
I
get dusty.
clean them often.
They get dusty.
He doesn't have a choice.
Or you hit it with the vacuum.
Right.
You know, they get scuffs on them.
Yep.
You know, and that's the thing that people look at. You know, when we go
Right.
through homes, I've had many clients look through a home and be like, oh God, the
But the
baseboards.
person selling their house is not thinking about that. They're
No.
thinking about how much
Whoop.
can I sell the house for, or
Correct.
they're not thinking about baseboards. Is my point.
Yeah, but that's just one little thing. And you need somebody who isn't emotionally attached to your home to come in and say, hey, I know you don't want to spend a ton of money, but if we can maybe just put $1,000 into doing X, Y, Z, maybe we'll, pressure
Curb, yeah.
wash the
Right.
driveway or soft wash the house. So the roof from the aerial photos that we're going to be doing
Right.
looks clean. And I know it's only 10 years old, but roofs get
You're
dirty.
going in with constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
And some people might take offense, but it's your delivery.
So
on
again,
that
it's
as
it's
well.
that
Right.
professional point of view.
Right. I love that.
When we sold our rental property, and we had Melissa from HDM Photography come in and do all the photos for it.
Mhm.
Like, she was like, all right, this has to move, this has to move, this, she was in there
Right.
directing, our tenants at the time, who were happily working with us to get the house looking presentable.
It took me a second. What's he talking about? They were hard.
I think I sensed something there.
But yeah, so again, that professional point of view is going to make all the difference.
Yeah, and we're not coming in there to just pick and point and
Yeah.
make fun of your home.
You're helping.
We
Trying
just
to help, yes.
yeah, you put a little bit of money in to spruce it up, put a couple plants outside, and whatever it needs.
Mhm.
Because I'm not going in to say, hey, your kitchen's dated, you need to spend 30 grand to redo your kitchen.
Right.
We're not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I want you to spend minimal amount of money on the things that matter and count for potential buyers coming in.
Right.
And that's what Lindsay and I have been working on. Let's reach out to them. Let's give them some pamphlets of, okay, this is what you should be doing to sell
Mhm.
your home. And Lindsay said, hey, I'm going to be here for you when you sell and when you need to purchase your new home. We
Mhm.
have a professional photographer you can use. And then I'm here also, if this really isn't working out for you and you're having a hard time just getting anybody in the door, or you can't do an open house yourself, or you're having a hard time
Or you work 9 to 5 and you're not able to
Right.
show the home.
show the house, or your kids
Mhm.
have soccer on the weekends. So the introduction of having somebody that's professional come in to be able to take that burden off of
Kayla's
them.
got the keys, right?
Kayla's got
So
the
how
keys.
does that work? Like, is it a certain fee for that? Is it like, how does that work?
No, for the initial for sale by owner, there is not a fee to that. The intent is to be able to help them get buyers in that we've pre-qualified on our side.
Mhm.
That pre-qualified buyer is essentially going to either buy that house that's for sale by owner, or perhaps one that Kayla has listed, or so on and so forth. So it makes it full circle.
Which she does have a beautiful house listed at 13711 Leslie Drive in Hudson.
Yes,
Yep.
correct.
Beautiful,
You could
beautiful
be my
waterfront
neighbor.
property.
It's one block away from me
On the water.
on the water.
It
I
is
have
on the
someone
water.
that's looking for on the water right now.
Oh,
I'm not joking.
It has a
Join
pool.
the open house
Is a pool?
Friday.
Yeah, we're having
Friday
an open
evening.
house tomorrow night.
I'm gonna text
Friday.
him right
Yep.
now. He actually was
Here.
going through another realtor. I'll
Open
tell you.
house time.
And then
address
his
right
deal fell through this morning, and he
Oh,
texted
no.
me. So
Oh, well,
I
open house
shall-
tomorrow night.
Mhm.
Mr. Matthew Knight
So-
is going to join Miss Kayla
Yeah.
there tomorrow night.
Okay, I'm gonna text it. You
And
guys
who's
are-
Matt?
Matt is one of my top loan officers here at
Yep.
Keystone Mortgage, and his expertise is veterans, but he wanted to
Being a
throw
Navy
some-
veteran himself. Right?
Yeah, and he's going
Mhm.
to go and
So back to the
Kayla wanted-
FSBOs. What do you guys provide? Fees? Any fees associated with it? What is it that you guys do?
No,
with this?
not initially. If Kayla's going to end up to list the property as an agent
And that's
and
if
market
the owner can't sell it themselves, then
correct.
Right.
Yep. So no, there is no fee initially. Like I said, the idea is to help them the best
Mhm.
way that we can, give them the expertise that we have. But
so you're providing photography,
providing
drone
photography, we do some sponsored open houses for
Mhm.
them where
at
we
no
have-
cost to the
Yep.
owner.
That some of our loan officers.
Yeah, that's
come in.
amazing.
Yeah.
Nobody else is doing that.
Yeah.
You guys better kick it into high gear, because once this gets out,
Don't
then
steal our idea.
Right.
Right.
We
Yep,
try-
that's what they do.
Right.
Yep.
We try to advertise for them the best
Package
that we can. Because it's not an actual listing most of the time, it is not on MLS.
Mhm.
So it becomes difficult because that's where most people are looking for their homes. But
so a lot of social media advertising,
yes,
that type of stuff.
Do you radius market up north? I'm curious. Do you put your stuff up north?
Google advertising. anything like that?
I do some Google ads, but
Yeah.
I haven't really. I mean, honestly, I haven't had to.
Haven't had to.
I haven't had to. It's something that I'm looking into start doing.
Right.
Because I think it would be advantageous because we do have so many people coming from, I have many clients
Right.
from Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and even over in Colorado, California,
Right. Mhm.
Oregon.
The strongest thing, and Chris and I have done our due diligence on that. One of the
Mhm.
strongest things is getting into groups up there. Like there's people that actually,
Mhm.
there's a group that says New Jersey moving to Florida,
Yeah.
New York moving to
Right.
Florida, and
And
getting in there and getting with those avenues.
It's more than 5
Yeah.
people a week.
Right.
just in that one Facebook
yeah.
group of what 37,000
It's
people.
insane.
Yeah, it is just
Or to create your own, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's where the power is, because people are going to see all the time. Chris and I ran into these two younger, smart geniuses out of Miami. And
marketing geniuses.
Right. And that's what they are. They're realtors and brokers.
Yep.
And they created this thing for Miami, East Coast of Florida. And they are killing it because people just go to them because they're known as the go-to.
Right.
So it's the same thing.
They're listing like $13 million.
We're not going to tell that to the world, though. We're going to
right.
erase that part. But here's the truth. We can say it all day long. No one's going to implement it. That's how stuff goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, no.
Except for you two.
We're doing it.
Except for you two. All right. Good.
Yep.
We'll pump the crap out of it on social media, you know?
I mean, it works. We won't get into marketing, but at the end of the day, it's so tough in your market. I see it all the time. And all these people that came in, especially like in 2020, and they were just like, they've this order taking years. And they realize like now you got to work again at it. You know, those days are back.
Yeah. And a lot of those people are going to fall off. So it's, it's great. It's great for me because, even through 2020, 2021, I really tried to continue to implement, marketing and social media.
That's why you're so successful.
And I wanted to get into that like routine and habit and not be like, oh man, now what do I do? Because here we are. The market was never going to stay that way forever. We just didn't know.
Right.
There was going to be end. We just didn't know when it was going to be.
Yeah.
I think it's cool though to showcase not only like your fiance being a fishing captain, which is friggin' phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
But your life as in fitness, I think that's huge too, because people follow that. People will see, okay, does this person take care of people? Listen, we're in a judgmental world. Like, let's just
100%
judgmental world.
Not in this room. This is a judgment-free zone.
They see how you conduct yourself. They see how you keep your vehicle. They see how you keep your home. They see how you hold yourself up. They see all of that. So for you to have all of those
Don't
things,
look at my car right now.
Don't look at my car, Richard.
we won't. Well, I mean, it's true though. Like that's the world we live in. So if they see that, I'll never forget. I was in a different world at one time, and then affluent individual, multi-million-dollar house, and then you walk into a certain demographic, and that's just the way they are. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. I mean, that's all over the place. But they were like, "Is this person going to be like? That's the person working on my home, or is this person?" It's crazy, but that's the world we live in, folks. So let's be honest. So that when you're putting yourself out there as super fit, right, super active in the community, all that stuff, of course, I'm going to choose Kayla over the next person.
Man,
just
you guys
saying.
say that's really nice things to me. You're a little bit more
She's like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, you guys are really nice.
So your niche that you're building with the FISBO, we've talked about it, behind the scenes, and it is exactly that. It is a niche. It is going to be successful. It's just crank it out, because the more listings that you have on that, the less listings somebody else that gets the idea and tries to take it from you initially, because it's going to happen.
Oh, for sure.
We all know the value in it, and there's other people out there that are going to see it, and we know who they are already. So don't give them an inch.
We're not. We're on it.
I would like to say, while we're on this, I know this is recording, but we'll just do it live. Literally, the person I texted to, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's listed by Kayla."
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
And you don't know each other, which is even better, but he knows you.
Nice.
And that's the important thing. That's
I
cool.
like
Everybody knows Kayla.
That's cool. That was neat to see.
We had that talk
Cool.
when she showed up
As soon as
today.
she
She looks
walked
at our
in.
producer and she's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Hey, I know you." She's like, "Yeah, I know you too." I'm like, all right, small
we're
world.
actually going to be in Nashville at the same time with the same group of friends.
Oh,
In 3-4
you
weeks
country
now?
boys,
Man.
country folks. Yeah. What do you guys going up to Nashville for, Jess?
It's a friend's birthday. Yeah.
Oh, you
Yes.
don't even know? You're
He
just
doesn't
along
even
for the
know he's
ride?
going.
He's like, I'm just going.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. It's
I
Christina's
love
birthday.
Nashville.
It's her 30th birthday. So we're, taking a weekend
Your
out
age
to
and
Nashville.
Wait, Jesse's going on another vacation?
Right?
What a life, buddy.
Didn't you just get back from Vegas?
For like 7 weeks?
He's
Just
like,
kidding.
don't talk to me. I'm
He's
not
like,
supposed to
"Shut
be a
up."
part of this. I'm behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah,
talk to
he's
me.
the wizard behind
No
the
one
curtain.
knows me.
He's the wizard behind the curtain. We're going to get the camera on him one day.
I don't know if I could hang on the 30th birthday anymore. I'm old.
Yeah, that's. I'm exhausted thinking
I'm like-
about it. Right?
It's a long
No.
weekend.
I could hang.
You can hang? Okay.
For 15 minutes.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to talk so much crap until I pass out at 9:00.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah, that'll be a blast.
I'm not
Nashville's so
nervous.
much fun.
I've never been.
Ooh,
Oh.
it's fun,
So-
fun.
I'm hoping I can wear
good
my
time.
sweaters. And
I'm
be
sure
Oh, you
with
definitely
my
will.
sweater
Oh,
and-
the
yes.
the leaves are falling there now.
Yep.
Really
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
I think the the low is going to be 37 there
Ugh,
when we
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You might
That's
know
like
more than
2
you are.
Uggs and socks up to your knees.
That's me staying in the house, man. 37.
I can't
My
do that.
God.
Anymore. Isn't that
Your
funny? Because we
parka.
all grew up like that. Like you grew up like that up north. I grew
Yeah.
up like that in New Jersey.
I hated the winter.
And now I could not even. We went out west skiing in Colorado. I
Oh.
said, and all the, like, we got to get the kids and all this stuff. I go, this is hell. Who does this? All the snowsuits.
I
and
do.
stuff?
I will
5
tell you.
layers.
Oh gosh.
There's 3 things that I miss from Maryland: the snowboarding,
Yeah.
like going up to the Poconos or up to Vermont or whatever to go snowboarding. The mountain biking was amazing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and crabbing on Chesapeake Bay. I do miss that.
I only missed
Crabbing.
one of those 3
The
things.
crabbing.
Yes.
You love snowboarding.
That was not my thing.
You love mountain biking with me.
She's
I used to
I'm
take.
just trying-
I used to take her like on these things. Like we'd be on a bunny slope, and she'd be like, "This is the most extreme sport ever." Please just stand up. This is embarrassing.
We're on the bunny hill. You're embarrassing
You're
me.
embarrassing
Give me back the ring.
Whoa.
I would use it as a sled.
And she did.
Oh,
I'm gonna
jeez.
sit on this and go
Yep.
down this hill. There's snowboarding for me. It hurt when you
Nah.
fell. Damn.
But here we have water skiing.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
jet skiing.
With bull sharks,
Right.
and crocodiles and alligators.
That's
Wow.
extreme. Extreme
We
sporting.
do extreme sport.
Think
Yeah.
about it. If you're out there water skiing in the Gulf of Mexico, it's just like trolling.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's like a big chunk
It
of bait out the
depends.
back of the boat, and you know a shark's gonna
Well,
see
Adam,
it and
it's
go.
not. It's
"Hmm."
not very deep. Until it gets deep, how far is it? You should know.
Man,
right?
I've
You
seen
should.
I've seen
Well-
15-foot bull sharks and 8 foot of water out there.
Ooh.
No lie.
Well,
Watch them swim by the boat.
I mean, the real deep water, I want to say, is like 40 to
Right.
60 miles
but
out
that's
there.
out there.
Oh yeah,
Right.
But
How far is the middle grounds?
100 to 100.
80?
It starts at 80, so out it's like 80 to 120 miles.
That's cool too. People don't even
Phenomenal
know what the
fishing.
middle grounds are.
That's what
Yeah.
Chris wants
Right.
to
That's
go.
a whole
Yes.
sales pitch right there for the fishing world to come
I
out here.
want to go to the middle grounds.
Yeah.
I need to get a boat big enough to go to the middle grounds.
Like, well, no, yours isn't. That's more of a.
I think it could
Canada
go out
thing?
there.
It could make it on a
Yeah.
good day,
I'm real
but I
convenient,
wouldn't. I
but-
wouldn't take a single
out
outboard.
there.
Yeah,
It's
single
all-
Yeah.
outboard.
double. Yeah.
Yeah,
Double.
you don't want to get out there and have an engine issue with just one engine.
Gosh,
You know,
that's terrifying. Could
Yeah.
you imagine the
That's
seat,
it.
the seat tow bill?
if they find you.
If they-
you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think it would make it, but I don't know if,
That's
I'm
that
I'm
boat.
not
I-
a captain, so I can't say one way or the other what,
Right.
And he's probably confident because he's lived here for so long.
Oh, there's guys that have taken Dorados
Her
like
husband's
that
a
to the
stud. He's like,
Bahamas.
I'll swim
I'm
back. I'm swimming, babe. I'll see you in 2 hours.
Little Jack Sparrow action. He'll lash sea turtles together, ride them back.
Hey, as long as it doesn't sink, you're in good
Yeah.
shape,
All right. So for the clip now, how to get in touch with
Yeah,
you?
how do they find
How
you?
do they find you?
So you can find me on my Facebook page. You can probably just go on Google and hashtag Kayla's Got the Keys.
Nice.
And you
Yep.
can it'll take you to my website or Facebook. You can find my Google page. You can call me, text me, 727-495-1951. I'm very
Keep it
reachable.
professional, fellas. She's
Yeah.
taken.
It's true.
All right.
This is true. He will
How to make it
destroy you.
weird.
He
How to
has,
make it weird.
he has a Dorado.
Let's keep it professional. I know, right?
Anyway, all right. Go ahead.
Her fiance is better than yours.
at least I didn't go weird. He went weird.
I don't even know what to say.
She's putting her cell phone number out there. I'm like, whoa. All right.
It was
It's
on
just-
the,
you have to.
it's out there.
Let's talk about that. You have to.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
not-
out there.
Absolutely.
People are crazy, right? And
They
you
are
just They'll
crazy.
get like the oddest text. You're like, really?
We have stories of
Yeah.
Yeah.
odd
Do you ever
stuff
been
happening.
like you ever gone to a house to show somebody a home and felt like, man, I shouldn't be here with this person? Have you had that experience?
Not really.
No.
That's good.
I had one
Yeah.
time where it was a couple that were there, and I think that they were just really on a lot of drugs, which I felt a little
Oh, geez.
uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
they were just very forgetful, or maybe they
Mm.
could have been drunk or something. I'm not
Right.
really sure, but
It's uncomfortable.
it
Yeah.
was uncomfortable, but I haven't really been in that position,
Good. God
thankfully,
bless. Yeah.
that I felt
Right.
like I was like, something's going to happen to me, or,
Right.
so, and if I feel that way when I'm going to meet somebody new, I always tell somebody where I'm going,
Mhm.
Right.
who I'm going to meet, what the address is,
Right.
or, as long as Mike's not on a charter, he's just going to come with me,
Oh, good.
Right.
you
Good.
know?
Before every house back in my old life, before every house I would go in that I felt somewhat shady. And mind you, I'm a big dude, but it doesn't matter because people
never
right,
know.
never know. I would literally ping. I do the Apple Ping,
right.
like my last location. Hey, by the way, just in case, because I'm going into the depths of hell right now.
Where am I?
Yeah.
I don't know where I am or what's happening, but it's a scary house.
Yeah.
But it happens.
It
you
does.
know?
It does.
That's in Orlando, not Tampa.
We don't have anything like that here.
No, I meant in Baltimore.
Yeah.
For sure.
We speed through Baltimore these days.
Uh,
It's actually gotten better from what my family and friends up there say.
different time.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There
Yeah.
were some sketchy situations because back in the day we used to go to
Yeah.
their houses to take applications and
Yeah. In the
have
mortgage
to go,
industry, it
go
was.
into their house, and there's some interesting
Yeah.
situations.
I got something I'd like to end this on. Is the world, both of you, is the world turning to where I don't have to go sit down in front of a closing table for 7 hours? Is it going to be? Is it going to be digital?
I am
All
not
digital.
kidding. I did a closing via like a e-sign. He was on an airplane getting ready to take off. It was the coolest thing that I've
That
experienced. It was
is
pretty
awesome.
Mhm.
All through e-sign.
Yep.
So pop, pop, pop.
Yep.
just out
and
He
the
was
we
on
could
his
all see we had the
G7.
closers, their video, and then my video, and then the buyer's video.
Yeah.
And he was able to e-sign everything, and the notary explained everything to him for the closing, and we did it on the computer.
Just like that.
Awesome.
It was really
Yeah.
cool.
And that's the future.
Yeah.
It
For
is.
sure.
Yep.
Wow.
I love it.
Yep.
There's
Literally start to finish.
do you remember-
do the whole transaction?
Do you remember when I started talking about those international transactions utilizing cryptocurrencies to
Mhm.
purchase real estate?
Some
That
companies
is
do it.
growing expenentially right now.
Yep.
I know the crypto market's having its
It's having a
moments
moment.
right now,
Yep.
Yeah.
but it will
It'll be
come
fine.
back just like every market does. But I mean, that's somebody from Dubai buying a home in California utilizing cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that because I know. I guess in Florida was the first home to be purchased
Yes.
by
It was.
cryptocurrency.
I think
Yep.
it was it
Right?
South? I think
yeah,
it was South.
Florida.
Yeah, I can't remember
Which
where
it
blew
was.
my mind.
It was in Naples.
Was
It was. Yeah. I shared the art. I read the
It's
article
crazy.
10
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
and
I
shared
remember the article. It
Mhm.
was what, earlier this year or last year?
It was last year.
Last year.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And it's look at it, people reach out to me, they talk to me, and I actually had a venture capitalist reach out to me the other day. It's like, yeah, I'd love to. I want to have marketing. I want to have marketing on board, and I'd like to offer you this many. I'm like, I don't even know what you're saying because I'm not familiar. I'm going to offer you this many coins and this, that, and the other because I want you on board. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I'll have to get back to you because I just don't
Right.
know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Right.
anyway, I think that's where the future is going as
Yeah.
well.
It sure is.
To get ahead of that, right, and find out what that's all about and get those buyers. That's going to be the younger generation as well.
Right.
Younger than you, Kayla,
That'll be
'cause
like
we are old.
That'll be like
younger than
Taylor's
you.
and Courtney's
right,
generation.
our kids' generation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're saying right now the average first-time home buyer is 33.
Wow.
So,
What was it eons ago, like 10 years ago? Do we know?
I don't know what it
Yeah.
was, but I think it was younger.
Right.
I want to say it was like
Yeah, they're holding off.
25 or something.
Because you're
but
staying at home
it's-
longer.
Millennials.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm 33.
Millennial.
So
Millennial.
I'm
But you're a hardworking millennial.
like a
She's
I think
different.
they call it a geriatric millennial. I'm
Oh,
like
there
in
you
a
go.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm like the
Your
the
knees
old-
hurt? Yeah, okay.
Well, no. I've heard the term because what is the millennial age? Like it starts in what 87, I think.
Like when they were born.
When because I was born in 89, so it's like I'm right on that very like
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
cusp of it. So
Mhm.
like my age group is really weird because we didn't grow
Almost
in
a Gen Xer.
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't come into the world and we automatically had computers and
Right.
cell phones and everything. Like I remember having the big computer, like the
Oregon
The
Trail.
Commodore.
like and the
Yeah.
screen was like this
Yep. Yeah.
big
Yep.
and
Hate that game.
trying to learn all of that stuff. So I was at an age where I could pick up at it easily, but I'm not 2 years old holding a cell phone or a
Right.
tablet.
Right.
Oh, I
and,
know.
you
So
know, where I
different.
could just like boop, boop, boop,
Right.
so I still have to learn some of this technology and
Right.
it's not like, it's just different for my age group. And I've seen both sides of it. I've seen the
Yep.
before and during and after, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Wrap it up.
Yes, let's wrap it up. Well, thank you very much, Kayla. It was a
Thank
pleasure
you.
having
Thank
you here.
It's
Yeah,
been fun.
it is. It should be, right?
Yeah.
Got two clowns sitting across from you. You can laugh at us all day long.
Mhm.
But anyway, thanks. Adam's in the studio with us. Give a shout out, Adam. Say hi.
Hey, everybody.
Yep.
Hey,
Adam's up next.
Adam.
He's going to do his real talk with Adam. We're going to do a little intro for him since Adam's going to be running his own podcast here soon. We want to thank Jesse, the wizard behind the curtain back there. Thanks, Jess. We love you.
Thanks, Jesse.
Mr. Quiet back there.
Mhm.
Have fun in Tennessee. Wish I would have known about it. But yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. Reagan, thank you.
Love you, brother.
Yes, love you too.
Thank you,
Love too.
Kayla.
Yeah,
Thank you, Lindsay.
All right.
Miss Lindsay.
Thank you.
Keystone Keys Podcast.
Yep.
Out.
Have a great day.